Well, here we are about 6 months later with the video editing rig, and I've made a couple of small changes to it. Nothing big, nothing great, but we had a few additions, such as the VersionTECH light-up keyboard. I put that here. I kind of get used to it, but it worked along with the BENGOO mouse that I was sent, along with the headset, which is right here. So that all plugs in on the front panel, and that's really it. Otherwise, it's been working absolutely perfectly. I have this JYH lamp that I showed in a previous video, so you can do that. You can make it cool white, you can turn it off, you can dim it, you can do all kinds of stupid shit with it. And that's it. We'll just turn it on. This microphone really does not get along with this machine. There's just too much noise in that. I wish I knew exactly what the deal is. Like I said, it's not the right microphone for a computer, but it was here, so I had it. And I do like the stand. Yeah, a lot of people can say, get a Blue Yeti, and it'll fit on this mount. That's not a problem, but I don't need it, you know? I don't really do voiceovers much, and this thing has this stupid little microphone on it, although it's kind of an omnidirectional mic, so it picks up like everything. Kind of ridiculous. One other change is the webcam. Yeah, the webcam that I had on here, the red one with the lights in it, was bad and stupid. It was awful, and I remembered I had this Logitech webcam, and this works a lot better. The problem with the red one that was here was, although the video looks correct when it captures, you know, like when I speak and the audio and that, but then when you go to play it back, it was like Japanese, where the mouths move later than the actual audio, or the audio is before or after, you know, the mouth moving and that. So it was utterly useless, and in the video editor, it couldn't make sense of the files. It was just awful. So I remembered I had this Logitech webcam, so I have that hooked up now. And here's me sitting at the machine with the webcam on, obviously. Now, the video on screen is kind of jerky and no good, but I'm going to record a clip now. I'll stop this camera and record from the webcam, and I'll stick that clip in here now. Okay, the next step down is actually 960 by 720, and that's really the whole deal. It's certainly a bit better on screen, but it's a webcam for what it's worth. And while it is recording, the webcam does have a green clean light. And I think it has a focus knob and other stupid stuff as well. Yep, so there's the webcam. I never use the webcam. It's just there for what it's worth. And just to be nerdy, I'll put the headset on, just so you can see what that looks like. So here's that. Oh man, I look like a gamer now. And I have my light-up gaming keyboard with Cherry MX Blue clones and a light-up mouse, and I'm a gamer, and it has like so many DPI and stuff. This is what the microphone in the headset itself sounds like. It's sort of omnidirectional. I don't know if you can hear the music behind me, but it isn't too bad at all. I would have preferred the mic on the stand, but it is what it is. I actually do use the headset when I edit videos. It's just a lot easier, and I can hear things a lot better than just through the speakers. If I'm just doing a quick video, I'll just use the speakers, but the headset is certainly nice. And it's a good thing because I have a spare one of these, and I got a spare one of these, and I got a spare keyboard. Yeah, love that kind. IBM Model M. This is no match for the Model M, but it's certainly not bad. Most of the same accoutrements that were here.
The accoutrement that you will need. Accoutrement? What is that shit?
Are still here, including a Gumby DVD and the CD for this monitor that I just found recently, along with something else. The lavalier mic, which is actually out of its pouch with a couple of adapters. Oh, this was actually for the keyboard. Replacement switches and a thing for this microphone, the lavalier mic, which I've never used. And this is a USB port, so you could actually just stick a thing in. I had that like forever, and I remembered it was here, but it wasn't connected. And that's really the main part of it. But the other thing is back here that I hate saying, but, well, everything's falling, but yeah, this I had showed in the previous video. And the reason this paper is still here is because the Bluic is still misfiring, but the weather is now getting warm, so very soon I'm going to put another carbonator on it. And hopefully that will solve the problem, because I don't know what in the hell else it could be at that point. We've done everything else. And as far as the little blue sticky note, that actually can go, because that video has been taken care of and you will be seeing that in the future. So when that's done, I can burn that piece of paper and it won't be here anymore. I have not found another place for the lavalier mic, and I don't know that I'm going to use it, but it's good to know that I have it for the case that I won't use it. A couple of batteries I need to meter, and the rest was pretty much here already and still is. Here's the video editor I use. It's 8.75 is the version number. And I did figure out how to turn off that stupid message pop-up buy our shit thing that comes up. It will still show the message with a thing, and you can click on that and then click through these and close it, and then the message thing goes away, and that's that. So I usually do that. There's always a message whenever you open this. But they have released a new version. So I said, oh good, a new version, gotta be better, right? So there it is, Wondershare Filmora 9. And I think it installs as it shows with the 9 without a space. So I installed that, and it uninstalled the previous version. This was a big mistake. Yeah, 9 doesn't work. It's got major fucking problems. I did double click it, and it looks like the hard drive is loading. So the first indication is that it's taking so long. And that's not a problem with the machine, it's because just the program is crazy. Something's happening. There we go. Yeah, 9.0.3.3. I haven't checked if there's a newer version. So you can see how much slower it is just to load this thing. Okay? And once it comes up, well, apparently there's new versions. Minor bug fixes, enhanced support for slow motion video, resolved UI display issue under high DPI monitor, Japanese, minor bug fixes and stability enhancements. Well, that's good. Yeah, no. The problem with this program is, A, it does not operate like the old one. I don't like change at all. And one of the biggest problems is on the scrubber line. If I were to pause the video, on the scrubber, if I'd hover by it, it would come up with the, I don't even know where the hell it is anymore. Oh, right here. The scissor thing, I could just click it here. Now I got to mouse over to here to click it. And then after you cut that, it doesn't automatically go back. So you have to like rewind continuously, and it just doesn't flow. It just doesn't work. In addition to all of that, the old program had a quote-unquote pre-render thing, which you would have to do so the audio and the video would sync up in the preview window. And yeah, that's a big waste of time, I understand that, but it's actually pretty quick because it sort of renders it in a lower resolution to fit the screen there. The problem is this doesn't have that, and it runs really slow. Nothing updates in time. The video and the audio get out of sync. And I spoke to LexMarks567, who also uses this program on occasion, and he tried this version, and this version was having the same problem. And he has something like a Core i5 processor, or so, I don't remember exactly the specs, but his machine is much, much newer than this thing, which came with Windows Vista, and that couldn't handle it either. So if a pretty new machine can't handle this program, and you need like a super duper, like, oh my god, gaming machine, and I have like all the greatest specs in the world, and my case lights up, yeah, if you need a machine like that to edit videos, we're in the wrong world here. Definitely in the wrong world. I just need to stitch them together, do some minor editing, clean up, you know, between clips and stuff like that. I get rid of the clicks from the camera. The other problem, which I've been not... I just haven't addressed it, is the battery is wiggly. So if I wiggle a battery, that's all the clicks and pops and shit that you hear in my videos, and I just never did anything. I think a small slender strip of rubber in there would do the trick, or even just a little rubber dot I may have that'll still allow the battery to clip in but not rock like that. The other thing is the button itself, which I'm wiggling now, and you can probably hear that, and I don't think there's anything I can do about that. But also when you click it, it goes you know, and that just sucks. So I actually edit out as much as I can with that. The problem is when I hit the button, sometimes I'm done speaking, I hit it so fast and it doesn't leave me enough time. So as I'm saying the last syllable or the last word of what I'm going to say, I hit the button, and that's why you sometimes will hear the clicks and pops and stuff. That's more of a function with the camera and not the video editor. Well, let's hope at this point that after I close that and reload the one that I actually use, it'll actually still load and not complain. So far it looks good. And while it may have been in memory cached, you can see that it opens up much, much faster than that version 9. So I ain't going to that anytime soon, and I don't think they fixed the issues. The other thing with this is, even though I already did the messages, it comes back. So every time you launch the program, it says that. Now, if the little thing doesn't bother you, you could ignore it. It bothers me, so I just click it and click it off. Whatever. Anyway, that's the deal. This is what I've been editing videos with. The hard drive with potential problems has not given any issues whatsoever. The Gumby DVD that's here, there's actually a folder called Gumby that's here, and I was able to actually rip the DVD with this machine. Still took a long time. Let's see if it'll actually play. Okay, that's all I could show you before Susan freaks the fuck out. So yeah, it actually ripped that, no problem, and the Whiff and I are going to watch that. You know, I just digitized it. It's just easier for the machine that we normally watch videos on and that. And that's pretty much the deal. So it's been absolutely flawless through and through and through in all of this time in the 6 months. Brilliant, beautiful, I love it. It's fast enough, much faster than that other piece of crap, which I still have not repurposed, but I have some ideas. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. Everything is doing fine here. Can things change? Of course they can, as they have with the keyboard and the headset and all that stuff. And there is a potential in the future that I may replace this machine, because there is a case sitting here, a Corsair case. At least that's, I don't know if that's what's in the box, but there is a case here. And I do have a motherboard with a theoretically faster processor, so I may end up building another system out of some old reclaimed parts in the future, but that remains to be seen. I haven't even thought about starting on that project yet. And one last thing, I did show in the previous video that the FireWire is there, but I have not played with that yet. I do have a camera that hooks up FireWire. I need to go and look for my 4 to 6 pin FireWire cable. I'm sure I have one somewhere, I just haven't looked for it. And then we can experiment a bit with that. Otherwise, everything is working great, Thank you very much for watching this series. This now finally ends it. I still have not found drivers for Windows 7 for that HP ScanJet scanner, and probably never will because it doesn't appear they exist, and it just sits here as a vestigial organ. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this series, and this has brought a lot more pleasure to editing these videos because it's so much faster. It was well worth all of the work and effort that I put into it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Plenty more videos to come. New videos every day. Thanks very much for watching, and take care.